They called it the White Kingdom, but it was really just a dusty front yard littered with mysterious white blocks. Perfect for a child like me to carve out an empire. No one knew where the blocks came from, but to me, they were magical weapons of control. I didn't just play with friends. I commanded them. My words were law, and our playground transformed into a kingdom where I ruled supreme. Teaching? Nah. This was about power, giving orders and watching them scramble to obey. I once gifted a friend a clock for her birthday, but after a few weeks, I realized she wasn't worthy. So, like any strategic ruler, I offered her a pile of white blocks in exchange for getting my clock back. Ruthless? Maybe. But I knew how to get what I wanted. That's how I was, even as a kid. Home wasn't a castle. It was chaos. My parents were always fighting. It never felt like a home, which is why I spent most of my childhood outside, on the streets, running wild with my friends. But when I got into trouble, my parents dragged me to the basement, the family dungeon. The last time they did, something changed. The darkness got to me. I started having terrifying dreams and seeing strange things. It left a mark that I didn't love school either. On my first day, I just wanted to go home. There was this boy in class with greasy hair and flies buzzing around him, like he hadn't showered in years. It grossed me out. But one teacher stood out. She told me I had a powerful voice and that I'd be a leader one day. By third grade, I was a full-blown nerd, obsessed with perfect attendance and grades. Even when I was sick, I hated missing class. In fourth grade, I met a girl with long blonde hair, green eyes, and freckles. She was rich. Her mom threw parties for her all the time, showering her with gifts worth $150 each. I thought she was lucky. Turns out I was richer, but my dad never spent money on us. He was generous with his friends and family, but stingy at home. I realized later he was rich, but as a kid, I didn't know I always wanted to be a queen. During family gatherings, I'd make my cousins my servants and pick one to be my husband. But eventually, I got bored of ruling. I wanted to be a fighter. I turned to Pokemon battles, using paper balls as Pokeballs and imagining epic fights. There was a house nearby that always felt mysterious. On the first floor lived a woman and her daughter. The second floor had two boys. I never saw their parents, which made it all feel eerie. But that's how my childhood was, a mix of adventure, rebellion, and mystery. And that basement? What happened down there changed everything. Stay tuned for part 2.